Back in 2008, the spring, my workplace, Waterloo Catholic District School Board, had a community volunteer day. And I've lived in Cambridge since I got married in 1968. I'd heard about Lisaard, but did not know where it was. I knew it was a place for terminal cancer patients. And I said, I'm going to ask if I can volunteer at Lisaard. And I wasn't here very long before I said, this is where I want to spend my volunteer times when I retire. That was 2008. I retired in 2011, and I've been here ever since. I answer the phone, I answer the door, and since COVID, I do the screening for COVID. And after they enter, I make sure they do the necessary PPE things. And if it's their first time, direct them to the room that they're visiting. And sometimes they stop and chat, and I think that's where I get my most reward in volunteering, is being a listener for family members who want to speak to someone and sort of pour out their feelings to someone outside of the family. And from the first time I came, I always noted that, and I always just wanted to be able to say the right thing back, and but mostly it's listening, because they need someone to vent to. Sometimes they're having a rough time. And most of the time they thank me for this wonderful place for their loved one. People have asked me when they know I volunteer here, is, oh, you have to pay for that, Carrie. That's not covered. And I assure them it is covered. And they can come in here and their health card takes over, and they don't have to worry about anything. And that we also encourage the families to not feel they have to donate anything while their loved one is here. Although many of them do, and many of them come back. And what I remember is a few cases where people have come back on the anniversary of their loved one's death, or on their birthday. And they want to kind of walk by the room and sit out the front and walk around and see the birds. And I think that's just so lovely that I don't think you would ever go back to a hospital to do that. And so it's kind of remembering the sad time in which they lost them, but also coming back here because it was such a beautiful and caring place. They're doing such wonderful work for terminally ill patients, and also for the families and the patients as well, not having to spend that last few months or days or weeks in a hospital setting. This is like a home. And the staff, I'm sure, the medical staff and the administrative staff are handpicked because they're all special people. I think it just makes it, if you can call dying a positive experience, Lisaard Hospice does that for the family. And it allows the families to not worry about the meds and the doctor coming and getting them to appointments, and they can spend those last days and weeks and months and just do the important things.